Alright, next up we're going to show you guys how to do an F-hole in a guitar body. I love making hollow body guitars, and adding the F-hole is a really nice feature. I've got a number of different templates to lighten a guitar body. This is for my hollow bodies. I'll make 3 cavities. This one actually only has 1 cavity, as you can see in the picture here. Also did this recent video how to lighten up a body without actually doing a full cavity. This makes it very safe to route. First things first is you got to download some plans for an F-hole off the internet. There's a lot of guys out there that have different size F-holes. You want to find the one that fits you for the guitar that you're doing. This is one I found years ago. Ended up making a template, and then I've got a pin router to help route some of the stuff out. So we're going to get a top all glued up. We're going to size the top, get it set up correctly. So that's going to involve gluing the top, getting it joined, finding the right piece of figure that looks right for the top. This piece of wood has some beautiful figure in this area, so I want the body to be down here and the neck to be up here. The figure runs out. Here you've got some run up, but the figure still runs through the whole board. So I've got 2 ways of sticking the template on. You can use the double stick tape, or you can screw it in. So I'm going to use both. Get this lined up. What's really nice about a hollow body is it lightens up the guitar significantly and it becomes a little bit more resonant. So that's one side. You can tell the difference. What I'll end up doing with this guitar body is lightening this up with a control cavity. So I'll do a big control cavity, which will really equal out the weighting. It's a nice, beautiful African mahogany back. Nice quarter sawn piece of wood. Some beautiful grain lines running through this. This will look great with a little bit of color added to it. Really get that grain to pop. So the template's on the center line here that's glued through. Take this to the bandsaw, cut this off as close as I can. This is my Craftsman 13-inch bandsaw with a 3/8" blade. We're just going to go ahead and cut as close as we can to the template without touching it. And then here we'll speed up the video. This is then my homemade table router. Got the bearing bit on the bottom, and we'll just go ahead and run this through. As I've cut close to the edge, it's easy to route. We'll just go through the edges. We'll speed up the video and push this through. So then we'll take this 3/8" bit and drill through about halfway through. I don't punch through the whole way, so you can see how deep I go here. Then what we'll do is flip over the template. We'll drill through on the other side, that way I don't get any tear out or punching out of the wood. And I've got a nice, even, smooth side on both sides from using it this way. You can drill a drill press with a backing board, or cut this out with a jigsaw. A number of different ways to do this, but I did this with this bit and just flipping it over, and it's nice and clean. So then next I'll take this over to my Stanley pin router, and I've got an old antique pin router with a router on the top, and I've got a board and a little bit on the bottom, and I've got this all straight and even. Now what I'll do is place the template on the bottom,
and slightly lower the bit and route out about a quarter of what needs to be actually routed out. So I'll do a number of passes here and go slowly through the first time and take about a quarter of the material that needs to be removed. And I'll pay special attention towards the edge of the F-holes, making sure I don't really chip anything out. So go slow, and right there is probably the most important part, is on the edge of the F-holes where you're not going to tear out any wood. So just go back and forth slowly and lower it about 3 times to get to the right depth. So here's the last pass, and I've got about a 1/16 left of the material. What I'll do is just plop that router bit through and route that last little bit out. So we'll drop the router in to the area that needs to be routed and slowly go through and take the last of what needs to be routed out. So that corner right there is what's really important to get nice and smooth. So I'll go through, finish routing here, and make sure the corners are done. And what I like to do is make sure everything's all cleaned out from the bottom and make one more pass here, making sure all the edges are smooth and everything's clean. And I've got nothing brushing against the bottom bearing or the bottom pin. So everything's nice and clean now. So then here we are all cleaned up with the template attached. Looking really good. No run out, small passes. Make this a really smooth and nice clean cut. This is looking really good on the ends and on the sides. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next vid. Bye.